All eyes are on Hurricane Dorian, and rightly so. The Red Cross also gearing up for the storm. The former Red Cross CEO Jack Morgan is going to be heading to Orlando to be running the whole Florida operation, and he has decided to come by here to help make sure that all of our viewers are prepared and safe. Jack, we appreciate what you did for so many years for the American Red Cross, and you continue to do it even after you retired.
Right.
You're still going down to Orlando, and you're going to be right in the thick of it.
Right, and so what we're doing right now is working with all the county governments, emergency management, similar to what they're doing here in Duval and all the other counties, and making sure the residents are prepared. And then in the places where we think we're going to have damage, we're going ahead and preparing for shelters, preparing for feeding, preparing for distribution of supplies, mental health, whatever it may be, county by county. Which is how the Red Cross operates. So what we do is we allow the volunteers in that community to manage what they know, and then we bring in a leadership team because it becomes so massive that we just help coordinate the things.
So I got to ask you this, is it hard to coordinate this when there's such a degree of uncertainty? We don't know if it's going to be in South Florida, North Florida, Central Florida. You got to know where to put the resources.
It is, and so what we do is we cover it all. I mean, that is the only way the Red Cross can do it, is pre-position supplies and everything across the whole network. And so we've done that in Orlando. We've done that down in South Florida. Obviously, we've done it here. We've done it over at I-10 and 75 is a distribution center we have. And so we cover everything. And then right after the storm, wherever the damage is, we move the other resources there. But it is very difficult.
The American Red Cross is known for its shelters, a great asset for people before, during, and after the storm. When is that decision made about which shelters to open, where, and what time people can actually get in there?
So we've already finished working with emergency management and knowing which shelters they're going to be open. The next part is just the timing. And so typically what you see is that a kind of a forward moving, the emergency managers and the mayors make decisions on how far out they want to do it. It's shifted a little bit more, as you said, more south. So the real focus will be from West Palm Beach, probably up to St. Augustine. We'll really focus there, and we may have one or two here. You don't know if the flooding's going to come up the river and flood some areas, but the real focus now is shifted down. And typically what you do is you open a shelter 24 to 36 hours before the storm. So you could see shelters starting to open on Sunday.
If, God forbid, people in our area watching our show do have to go to a shelter, what do you recommend they bring?
So typically what an individual is, we ask them to bring their normal supplies that they would, bring a blanket, bring a pillow, we provide cots, bring some food, make sure you have toys for the kids, whatever it may be for typically, if you were going to leave town for the weekend, what do you normally pack? And that's what you should pack, and probably try to do it for 3 days, I think would be good, and bring some extra water. Snacks are really the big thing. I mean, people eat and get hungry at different times, bring some snacks. And the Red Cross still supplies those things in the shelter, but people have their own taste. And so we try to have a variety, but that's not always possible.
Okay. Hopefully we don't get that way. Okay. But it is always good to be prepared. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And if people want to find out more, they can reach out to the American Red Cross. We know that we have branches all across the state of Florida and the country.
Correct. Anytime they can go to redcross.org or their local Red Cross. Either one is fine. The information is there.
Okay. Jack Morgan, thank you so much. Be safe out there. I know that you've got a busy week ahead of you.
I do. Thank
you. Lauren?